Hello, guys, and welcome. Welcome to day 3 and 4 of our intensive course of English for the lazy and the busy. Yes, you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to learn the phrase, we're going to chant it, and then second day we'll express our thoughts, our ideas using that phrase. So let's jump right into it. How would you say in English? У меня наконец-то появилась возможность что-то сделать. У меня появилась возможность, ну или точнее даже я это фактически сделал. То есть у меня появилась возможность, я сделал. Я наконец-то сделал это. Maybe I managed, right? Maybe I did it. Maybe I could do it, was able to do it. Yeah, right. But English people, Americans really love to use this phrase that I'm going to give you now. It's a super phrase. Here it comes. By the way, please remember your answer and tell me in your recording, yeah, what you thought, how you would say that. But the correct answer is, I finally got to do it. I finally got to see. I finally got to be. I finally got to have. I finally got to go. У меня наконец-то. Of course, you don't need to use finally. You can just say I got to. I got, это не я получил, не у меня, не я стал, не я добрался, а у меня получилось. У меня получилось, появилась возможность, и получилось, и я сделал. I got, and then infinitive, any infinitive at all. I got to read, I got to see, I got to meet, I got to. It's a wonderful phrase, very popular. Maybe, well, it's actually easy to understand it in the context, but you have never used it. You have never said it in your life. So let's do it. Let's learn and use it in our speech. So repeat after me. Finally got to. Finally got to. Finally got to. Finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to do, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to have, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to have, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to give, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to see, finally got to be, finally got to have, finally got to myself, to do it myself, finally got to, yeah? So just remember the sound. Focus on the sound. Finally got to, finally got to do, got to see, got to have, got to be. Got to show, got to understand, got to get there. Listen, relax. If possible, repeat after me. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to find a way, finally got to be myself, finally got to. So, again, I want you just to remember the sound. And here comes the poem that I've written for you. It's a silly poem about nothing, but let's sing it together. Actually, let's read it first. I finally got to find a way. I finally got it done. То есть получилось таки у меня найти путь, способ. Сделал я это. Да? I finally got to run away. It was a very funny run. Убежал я, да? Прикольно было. I finally got to see myself in the brightest of the lights. В самом ярком, да, из всех возможных светов я себя увидел. I finally got to meet my elf on a dark and stormy night. Ну, эльфа повстречал. Ну, получилось у меня. Maybe strange, but it's true. I finally got to see Miss Days. I'm not sure you know Miss Days. You can Google. But got to see her. And she's beautiful and loud. I finally got to learn the phrase. I'm feeling very proud. So this is the song. And actually, let's do it. I finally got to find a way. I finally got it done. I finally got to run away. It was a very funny run. I finally got to see myself in the brightest of the lights. I finally got to meet my elf on a dark and stormy night. I finally got to, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to. I finally got to see Miss Day, she's beautiful and loud. I finally got to learn the phrase, I'm feeling very proud. I'm feeling very proud. I finally got to learn the phrase, I'm feeling very proud. I finally got to find a way, I finally got it done. I finally got to run away, it was a very funny run. I finally got to see myself in the brightest of the lights. I finally got to meet my elf in a dark and stormy night. I finally got to, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to. I finally got to see Miss Day, she's beautiful and loud. I finally got to learn the phrase, I'm feeling very proud. I'm feeling very proud. Finally got to, finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to find a way. I finally got it done. I finally got to run away. It was a very funny run. I finally got to, finally got to, finally got to, finally got to. Ну, я надеюсь, вы же пели за мной. Надо что только слушать. Привыкайте к звуку. Finally got to. Слово finally не критически. Of course, you don't have to use it, right? You may not use it. Но got to можно в настоящем get to, или в будущем you will get to. Of course, everything is possible, but we are learning got to. Got to find. Got to run, got to see, got it done, got to meet, got to learn, got to see, find myself. Got to. Let's read it together. I finally got to find a way. I finally got it done. I finally got to run away. It was a very funny run. I finally got to see myself in the brightest of the lights. I finally got to meet my elf on a dark and stormy night. Finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to see Miss Day, she's beautiful and loud. I finally got to learn the phrase, I'm feeling very proud, I'm feeling very proud. Finally got to, finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to find a way. I finally got it done. I finally got to run away. It was a very funny run. Finally got to, finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to. So I hope it's clear. Hope it's clear. I got to do. У меня получилось сделать. Я смог это сделать. Got to. Дальше глагол в инфинитиве, в своем начальной форме, как в словаре. I got to find. У меня получилось найти. I got to see. Получилось увидеть. I got to meet. Получилось встретить. I got to travel. У меня получилось попутешествовать. У меня была возможность путешествовать. Получилось, была возможность. So, we're close. So, I got to hear. Or, of course, you can say, I didn't get to hear. I didn't get to hear. То есть у меня не было возможности, не получилось услышать. I didn't get to understand. I didn't get to find a way. I didn't get to do it. I finally got to. Finally got to. Finally got to find a way. Finally got to lose the stay. Whatever. Просто набор звуков. No, got to do it. Got to do it. I hope you understand. I hope you understand. So, well, actually, that's it. That's it for day 3. That's all I want you to understand and to know, that finally got to. It's a very simple phrase. Very simple. But think about all these situations, all these moments in life when you, чего-то у вас получилось. Вот оно произошло, как вы хотели, да? Сделал. Сделал. У меня получилось решить проблему. I got to solve the problem. У меня получилось исправить ошибку. I got to correct the mistake. У меня получилось убедить его. I got to persuade him. У меня получилось запомнить это слово. I got to remember this word. То есть эта фраза может быть о том, что у меня была возможность. Допустим, работа давала мне возможность. Да? In my job, I got to talk to a lot of people. Может означать, что у меня по работе была возможность много разговаривать. Or I got to travel a lot in my job. I got to solve important big problems or make important decisions. У меня была возможность это делать. А может быть, в контексте типа я это сделал. Фактически я это сделал, у меня получилось. Я это смог. I got to, finally got to. Finally got to, finally got to, finally got to find a way. I finally got it done. I finally got to run away. It was a very funny run. Finally got to, finally got to. Okay, I hope it's here. I hope you're... Пускай заходит глубоко, пускай еще весь день, ночь, она у вас идет. Finally got to find a way, I finally got it done. Пускай поется. Day 4. 2 tasks. На второй наш день, то есть 4 всего, как обычно, выражаем какие-то идеи. Day 4, first task, or task 6 altogether. Make up sentences with the phrase I finally got to. Make sure the sentences are said by the following people. То есть, составьте 5 предложений от своих, от этих 5 людей, от лица этих людей, да? Что скажет полисмен? I finally got to receive my first bribe. Да? То есть, получилось, все-таки получил первую взятку. Or something else. Хотите, напишите, хотите, самое главное, скажите, хотите, мне запишите, пришлите. Главное, что? In your head, you have an image, you have a context, you have an idea, and you express that idea saying from, говорите от лица того человека, I finally got to. Что бы сказал доктор? Наконец-то у меня получилось. I finally got to help that patient. Смог помочь. Или вообще по работе, можно без finally, да? Допустим, in my job, I got to meet a lot of people. I got to treat a lot of people. I got to help a lot of people. То есть была возможность по работе много это делать. Make up the sentences, say them aloud. Say them out loud. Если хотите, запишите, пришлите мне. And of course, last task, talk about yourself, your real experience. And you have a speech. It was hard for me to do something. Мне было тяжело это делать. Можете говорить, I found it hard to do it if you want, if you remember lesson 0. But I finally got to do it. And I felt so happy that I just went and, и дальше любой глагол в прошедшем. То есть у вас есть такой пример спича, скажем так, 3 о себе, 3 speeches like that о себе. Say them aloud. And if you want, record and send them to me. Therefore, 15 minutes, speak. Make these sentences. Сначала о тех людях, от тех людей, да, а второе задание о себе. Но, говоря о себе, говорите о чем-то реальном. Ну вот реально так было, да, было тяжело, но потом я смог это сделать, и я что? Felt so happy. Я пошел и, ну, for example, it was hard for me to open the door of the safe, but I finally got to do it. And I felt so happy that I just went and opened the bottle of whiskey in order to celebrate the successful robbery. Отпраздновать же нужно успешную грабеж. Okay, so that's what you do. That's what you do. I hope everything is clear. So what can I say? It was hard for me to, record this video. But I actually downloaded some programs and I fixed some things in the settings, changed the settings, and I finally got to do it. I finally got to record this video. And I felt so happy that I just went and bought myself another hat. Yeah, silly sentence, but сделайте речи, свои эти спичи, да, о себе, о чем-то реальном. Играйтесь, но старайтесь играться, чтобы в голове была вот вы. Представляете, что вы говорите эти фразы, что вы описываете эти ситуации. Соединяйте фразу got to do с контекстами из жизни. Do it in your head. Think about it. So that's all from me for today. Thank you very much. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And see you later. Finally got to do it. Finally got it done.